African Safari Wildlife Park is a wild experience with over 800 exotic animals. Our drive-through safari features giraffes, zebras, deer, elk, alpacas, and even a white bison, all of which you can feed right from your vehicle. Walk on the wild side with a Zoo-It-All pass and feed kangaroos, porcupines, tortoises, and rabbits. Step into our aviary adventure and hand-feed budgies for a memorable experience. Check out our live educational shows or ride a camel. Create memories that will last a lifetime at the Ohio Safari Park, African Safari Wildlife Park in Port Clinton.
Nashville's coming to Jackson. Don't miss the Iron Man kickoff with Nashville's November Blue, playing their original hits, along with some country rock classics, live at Stock Room 601 on Thursday, August 19th from 9 to 11. Make sure you don't miss the BOGO Burger Special, keeping the kitchen open till 11 p.m. This Thursday at Stock Room 601, November Blue.
Hi, I'm Marc Carman for Carman's Used Cars and Trucks in Jackson, Ohio. I'd like to invite you to see our great selection of cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs, serviced and ready to go.
Remember to see Carman the CAR MAN, where the deals are great.
Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the morning show right here on Main Street TV. And a little special treat this morning. Our good friend Pete Wilson is up here to talk about a couple of breaking news stories. And of course, your breaking news stories brought to you by Nia Henry, agent for Appalachia Realty. If you're looking to buy or sell, give Nia a call, 740-418-4135, and she'll be out working for you. And we also have a special treat as that little commercial just... Did you see Baby Carman?
I saw that. A chip off the old block.
I mean,
right?
It is like, yep, there he is, just the younger version. But our good friend Carman's in the house today as well.
Already pitching cars.
That's right.
Already.
Teaching them young.
All right. Well, sometimes I have to do this. I am the bearer of bad news.
It's okay, Pete.
And I am this morning, so don't throw that hot tea of yours on me, all right?
I'll keep it over here, Pete. I got you.
Telling you what I've learned. All right, that's my job. Okay. After we went off the air, later in the day, we received some unfavorable news, both from the Jackson County Health Department and the Vinton County Health Department, about the progression of the COVID-19 in our two local counties.
Great.
I'm very sorry to report that, but my head's not in the sand. I'm not trying to sound alarm bells louder than they should be, but you've got to know this stuff. The COVID-19 case numbers are going up. I would call it almost a spike.
Like markedly going up?
Here in the last week. I'll give you the numbers and you tell me. In Jackson County, this came out yesterday, and if you're watching there on our Facebook feed, you can see the infographic that the health department released yesterday. That is the basis for what I'm about to tell you. In the latest report, which was issued yesterday, 61 new COVID-19 cases in a 1-week period. That was August 9th to 15th. There are now 50 active cases in Jackson County, 6 related hospitalizations. Now you go back to August 9th, just 1 week, Jennifer, there was 19 active cases. So we went from 19 to 61 in just 1 week. If we roll back to June the 6th, that was when the COVID cases, the counts became low enough that the health department quit doing its weekly reports. People didn't seem to care anymore, and it wasn't gone, but it was
on its way out.
Yes, and it had been steady on its way out. Well, on June the 6th, there were 8 cases reported over 7 days and only 6 active cases. So 6 active cases to 50 active cases now. And of course, an increase of 3 times, at least 3 times in just 1 week. All right. There was another aspect to the COVID-19 story that was interesting to me. I didn't realize this.
Okay.
But yesterday when I was talking to Health Commissioner, asked him to try to get some more perspective on these numbers, he told me that in this last 1 week period, in the month of August so far, 111 COVID-19 cases in Jackson County. 28 of those cases, or 31%, if you put it in percentage terms, involved persons ages from birth to 19 years old.
Yeah, it's really starting to hit the young
31%.
folks.
Because
that's a lot.
we've heard that that the young people seem to be impervious, and it is true that they don't seem to get as sick. Many are probably asymptomatic, but there are much more cases among the youth. And see, here are where the cases where you have unvaccinated situations. 0 to 12 don't get vaccinations. Isn't declared to be necessary or safe. In that teenage group and the young adult group, those are the people that there's not a high percentage of vaccinations. And what happens this week in our local area and throughout the state? People are going back to school.
Absolutely.
So, we'll see what happens there. Now, as far as Vinton County goes, kind of a similar story there. Lighter population, but the scale is about the same. In Vinton County, on August the 2nd, that's only 2 short weeks ago, they reported 2 active cases of COVID-19. If you go back to the middle of July, they had no cases. 1 week, they reported no cases. It had disappeared.
Yep.
Well, and there was only 1 active case even as recently as July the 26th. In Vinton County, and you see their infographic up on our screen and our monitors now, in Vinton County, the past 2 weeks, they've had a spike as well. On August the 9th, 7 new cases, 14 active cases. That's August the 9th. So now we go forward to August 16th. 14 new cases, that's doubled, and 24 active cases, not quite doubled. So they've gone from 1 to 24 in 3 weeks in Vinton County. So, the same thing is happening there. Both Jackson County and Vinton County are among the counties in Ohio, and most counties are in this category red. Red, according to the CDC's level of transmission, means a high level of transmission. There's also low, moderate, substantial, and then high. Almost all the counties in Ohio are high. I think there's 6 that are right now what they call substantial.
Kind of
and
moderate,
if you look at the CDC map on the CDC website, the nation is a sea of red right now.
Yep.
And if you looked at it even just a week ago, you had some orange and yellow in there, which is moderate and substantial. So not a very good situation at all. Now, it's not hard to get the vaccinations. Everybody, no matter where they are on the political spectrum, says get the vaccination. Some people say you shouldn't have to get the vaccinations. A lot of people say that it's personal choice. But everybody seems to agree that it is a good deal to get the vaccinations if you are so willing. And it's not hard to do. At the beginning, it was hard to do.
Yeah, it was.
But now, here's how you can do it. At the Jackson County Health Department, they have COVID-19 immunizations each Tuesday and Thursday from 10 a.m. to noon and 1 p.m. to 3:45 p.m. You need to call them for an appointment, but you can come in during those hours. And they'll also do this. We mentioned this before, but this is going way out of their way. They will also arrange to stay open after regular hours to serve your request if you make connections with them ahead.
Wow.
Obviously, if groups or organizations can do that, it's more efficient. Also, representatives will even come to your home from the health department to do a vaccination. So it can't be any more convenient than that. I think we said 3 or 4 weeks ago when this was first announced, it's the doctor making home visits again. Usually.
I mean, my God, they're doing everything. They're standing on their heads to get you vaccinated.
We thought that was a thing of the past. Similarly, in Vinton County, walk-in clinics are held. You just have to show up on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 9 a.m. to noon. You can also schedule an appointment at the gettheshotcoronavirusohio.gov website. You can always make an appointment for Vinton County through that website, but now you can also walk in on those 3 days, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, from 9 a.m. to noon. One of the other things that Health Commissioner Aston told me was that they are going to make a concerted effort to get out to the schools and do vaccination clinics for staff and students. They were already they were at Oak Hill High School last night. They had made arrangements for some students to come in. Of course, the school year, doesn't start until tomorrow in Jackson and Oak Hill, Thursday in Wellston, and also Wednesday in Vinton County. Okay. So that's where we stand. We're going to have a lot of coverage in our Wednesday paper. We'll have these statistics. We'll have what Kevin Aston says. We're trying to get more information from Vinton County and their health administrator, Janelle McManus.
Hearing all that.
Their perspective. And so, you can take this information however and do with it what you want, interpret it how you want, but these are the numbers, all right? And they're hard to ignore.
Right.
All right. In Vinton County, one other thing we want to mention that we didn't want to hold off till Thursday when I come back up to tell you about this. Very important hiring at the Vinton County Local Board of Education meeting last night. Red Thompson Jr. was there to see it. Terry Snyder, she's there on the left if you're looking on your monitors and tablets and computers, whatever. She has been with the Vinton County Local School District for 29 years. Started out as a teacher, later an administrator. She's been a principal. She's been in the central office. She is now the new assistant superintendent. She's number 2 in the district there on the administrative pecking order. She stands by the superintendent himself, Rick Brooks. Of course, her hiring comes just before the start of the school year, which starts tomorrow. Terry, as I said, has been
Nothing
a
like
principal.
throwing her into the wolves there, Pete.
well, it's not like she doesn't know the district. She's a Benton County girl, a MacArthur native. Her family, and she's still involved in this Perselli's Pizza up in MacArthur, and she is very gung-ho, very highly thought of in the Vinton County District, obviously, hometown girl, and she is the new assistant superintendent. She had been in the central office in a curriculum assessment instruction type job there.
Cool.
And that was a very important job as well, and now she has an even more important job. Some quickies to tell you. They didn't get the paving started in Jackson yesterday because of rain.
Yep.
It may rain today.
Yep.
But Randy Evans told me this morning that
Bad
they're
week
out
to choose
doing
that.
some milling on Huron Street.
Okay.
Now, that's one of the worst streets, and a lot of people travel that. So they're out there. They may be doing some paving today if the rain allows, but they are doing some milling right now on Huron Street. We also want to tell you, we want to remind you, man, this throws you off. The first football game's on Thursday evening if you're an Ironman fan.
That's right.
They play the Logan Chieftains up at Alumni Stadium. Pre-sale tickets are already on sale. You can get them at the Jackson High School office, the middle school office. You can get them right here at the Total Media office. You can also get them at the Seward Folks Insurance office and Sportabout of Jackson. They cost $5. You won't have to worry about standing in line or standing in the rain. We hope not. Get your ticket on Thursday evening.
Let me ask you, Pete, because I don't know the answer to this. Any regulations or anything as far as the high school football games go? Like, is there distancing? Is there masks? Are there anyone allowed to go?
As of right now, there are no restrictions on attendance. There's no restrictions on seating or anything like that. You don't have to wear a mask. And remember, as recently as graduation, they wanted you to wear masks. I think you really had to.
Well, we'll see.
But right now it's recommended, and as you know, recommended does not mean mandatory.
Okay.
So there you are. I'm not going to steal any more time from Carman the CAR MAN, where the deals are great.
By the way,
Get him out here.
The shots are all free, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
I didn't say anything about free because everybody likes free. It don't cost you nothing.
There you go. Go get a COVID shot.
See,
you don't get anything for free anymore.
That's the best deal that you can have right there.
That's right.
All right.
You get to live and it's free.
Right.
All right.
And you might not get sick.
Thanks for the great introduction.
All right.
All right. Well, speaking of weather, let's head on over while Carmen's coming over. To your Total Media Radio weather forecast. And yeah, Pete's right. That rain is just pesky this week. Today, calling for 100% chance of rain, highs around 80, lows around 80 or 68 degrees tonight. For tomorrow, partly cloudy, showers likely, highs around 81. Chance of rain tomorrow is about 60%. And then looking on to Thursday, highs of 82, 50-50 chance of rain. And
Looks like rain.
Yeah, it looks like it's just annoying as heck. They're calling for 40% on Friday, so on and so forth. It is annoying, but
you gotta have a little rain though, because the grass was getting a little brown.
I will say, my little tomato plants and stuff are a little bit happy about that rain, and the non-98 degree temperatures are helpful as well.
It has been hot, and it's hard on the plants and the grass, and not that I like keep cutting grass because I've been farming that out to some boy to do that. So there's nothing like brown grass.
Oh, and it just feels so good on your feet when it goes out and crunches.
Yeah.
No, it's not quite right.
That's the truth.
So how you been, buddy?
Good. Other than I can't hardly walk this morning because I overworked myself Sunday cleaning out my garage. I found out I got muscles that I didn't know I haven't used for a while.
Well, that's all right. I mean, just think you got your workout in for the week.
Yeah.
You're good to go.
Now just thank God for ibuprofen.
Yeah, no doubt.
I mean, I forgot to take my 3 this morning, so that way, but I'll be all right.
Well, the good news is the only muscle you work in this studio is your mouth. Yeah, and I know you're pretty good at that.
I can handle that part of it. We're both pretty good at that.
We're both pretty. I mean, we don't have a lot of skills, but running our mouths, we're pretty good at.
We can talk.
This is why we get along so well.
Ain't that the truth?
Hey, so your grandson in a commercial? How cute is that?
We did that commercial about a year ago. I think is when we did that. I think time goes fast, but yeah, I'm breaking the young ones. I got Beckham, which is his brother, which he's not quite there yet.
I'm just gonna tell you, every time I see a picture of Beckham, I just think it's like baby you.
Oh,
he's like your doppelganger.
Well, he
just looks just like you.
And my son's boy, Reese. Now he's just a little over 2. And he's a splitting image kind of the Carman clan too. So, and then
crazy stuff.
And we got good news. We got a granddaughter coming here in September. The first girl, Chris.
Finally, someone
Katie.
Got a girl.
We got a girl coming for a change. So that's great.
That's so exciting.
The boys are always spoiled, but the girl.
Oh, and to have 3. Like 2 older cousins and an older brother. Are you kidding me?
I mean, she's definitely going to be spoiled. I can see it now.
So spoiled.
And that's what it's all about.
It is.
The good thing about when the kids are like that, we're grandparents, when they start that screaming and grumping.
You give them the Mountain Dew and you send them home, right?
Send them home. Boy, you said that right. Give them all the sugar they need to pound on them.
Here, would you like some more candy?
Yeah,
okay. See, Mom's going to be here in about 20 minutes. Here's some more candy.
It's fun. My Mad and Beckham were at the house last night, and about 9, I think it was about 9:30, Beckham's getting cranky. He gets cranky about 9. He's ready for bed.
Yeah.
They were over visiting last night.
I feel the same way.
And, yeah. So, anyway, make a long story short, he started that crying and grumping. I said, well, it's time for bed. And you guys have a good one.
You out.
Thanks for coming to see me. It's hard to believe that school's starting up already.
I know.
The summer just goes so fast,
It does go fast, and I just feel like it ends faster and faster every year.
Seems like Memorial Day was always the kickoff of the summer.
Like Memorial Day was last week, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's what it seemed
felt like. I woke up and it's gone. I mean, the summer, of course, the summer vacation, we've had our summer vacation, and here we're looking at fall school starting out. Football. I mean, this is great sports time of the year. You think about, we got golf, we got football, we got racing, we got basketball, summer basketball pros, and college football. If soccer. It is all on. Baseball right now, we're right in the heat of the Reds are playing pretty good ball. I don't know if you've been watching any of the Reds.
I have not. I'm paying attention. Shame on me.
They've got a good year going, and they've got a really good team. Hopefully they can make the playoffs. They kind of started off sluggish, but they're really putting it together.
So normally they start off gangbusters and then suck it up the end of the season.
Yeah,
so now they're doing it opposite. So that's
year
good.
They're getting healthy, and they got one player down, but it's been exciting to watch a little baseball. Last night they had a football game at the Reds. It was like, I think the score was like 12-5. They scored 8 runs in 1 inning. And that's crazy. I just happened to turn that on, and Votto hit. He had 2 hits. He went over 2,000 hits for the Reds.
Nice.
Last night, so that's pretty cool.
That's
exciting. I've been watching the Reds a little bit this year. So that's always a lot of fun. Since we got reruns after reruns after reruns.
I know.
God, TV is atrocious.
Summer's bad for reruns anyway, but then no one was able to film last year, so it's just like there's nothing going on. So thank God for Netflix and some of these other things that you can watch. Or you can watch this show every day.
Well,
it's new.
That's what you want. It's all fresh every
That's right.
Every Monday
every
through Friday.
day. We don't do reruns.
New people, new stories, and negative stories and good stories.
Yep, all of the above. You never know.
and I lost my TV for the weekend. This was something unusual. We put a new patio in.
Yeah.
I'll give a little hint after Brian Delaney came out and put a patio in for us.
Yeah.
Waiting 2 years to get somebody put in a patio. And Brian and his crew came out, did a fantastic job.
Of course, as he always does.
Appreciate it. And anyway, actually, they came out and marked the cable where the cable was, but unfortunately, they didn't mark the right spot. So we got our cable sliced Friday. And they said they couldn't come until Monday. So no TV all weekend.
Oh, no.
So I had to rely on the old DVR or DVD.
DVD, whatever it is.
So I got in the old collection of DVDs. I haven't watched the DVD, and I can't remember when.
I was going to say, do you even have a player anymore?
Yeah, I still got a player. I thought, wow, I'm going to bring out some old-time stuff.
That's awesome.
So I brought out some movies and stuff and watched a little DVR or DVD. DVR, keep getting mixed up. It's DVD.
Whatever. DV works. Something or other.
So anyway, but then I found out my daughter comes over Sunday night, says, why don't you use the hotspot on your phone?
Yeah.
I said, what? Hotspot? So she hooked us up to the hotspot, so we did catch a little fresh TV Sunday night.
Hey, there you go.
So, it's just kind of weird.
I mean, in your defense, I had to have someone show me about the hotspot on my phone as well. Because I didn't know such a thing existed.
I didn't know either.
Now I have a mobile one that I can take with me places.
Oh, that's sweet. That's sweet.
So like if you're traveling or whatever.
Technology, buddy.
I know, it's pretty cool.
That
you always have internet with you wherever you go.
It is. I mean, you're so strange anymore when you're traveling. You can't get the internet or your phone acts up or whatever. I mean, it's just like technology.
Now you don't have to go without.
No. Man, it's just like going dry, dry heaves or what for the weekend. No TV. What are we gonna do? We gotta stay home, honey. We gotta stay home, talk to each other.
Oh my God, we're gonna have to look at each other and read a book. What?
You go to your room, I'll go to mine.
We'll reconvene around lunch and dinner time.
Yeah, there you go.
That's awesome.
Oh wow.
Well, James pulled up a few things. You don't know this, but James pulled up a couple of things today, so we can talk about some stuff that you've got going on the lot. But he also pulled up some fun. There's the lot.
Oh yeah, there it is.
Isn't that so cool?
Isn't that neat?
Yeah, but he also pulled up some pictures of you at the fair.
Oh yes, my
so
kids.
There you go.
Yeah. That's my grandson's pig, Piggly Wiggly, and I bought it. That's my wife there and the crew. That's my grandson, Madden Oliver, and. I wasn't going to buy it, but I got excited. I told my wife, it's my grandson. I got to buy it. So
you big sucker.
And there's our nice steer. Real nice people on the steer. I can't think of their names right off the bat.
Yeah. But, so you bought a steer up at the fair.
Bought the steer.
Okay.
I spent some money up there this year, and I bought her chickens. I think what she had.
Aww.
She's a sweetheart. One of Madden, my grandson's friends, and I bought her chicken.
Cute.
And I bought his rabbits. I think he had rabbits. Yeah, rabbits. That's Steve West and Jennifer West's son. So.
Well, thank you for supporting our local kids.
I bought chickens, rabbits.
Good guy, right here.
I think I did buy a lamb in there. Maybe one she had a lamb. I can't remember. They all kind of blend in after a while.
I don't know. I bought some animals.
Bought some animals. But, it's all, it's just good things for the kids up there at 4-H. They work hard for their projects. And
they do.
So it's a good thing. I try to do that every year. Unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to go up to Vinton County because we could usually go up there and buy a little bit. But I was on vacation that weekend.
Uh-huh.
And that week just went like that.
So speaking of, and again, thank you for supporting our local kids as you do all the time. Speaking of vacation, so you have like a place down in Hilton Head. Mm-hmm. You guys hang out there quite a bit when you can.
Yeah.
So what are you seeing like travel-wise with people? Because I've gotten some word from people that, all these touristy destinations are like off the chain. Like you can't get into restaurants. It's so busy. So what are you seeing down there and how has it changed?
It takes me generally 9 hours to get down there, 9 to 10.
Yeah.
It took us 12 this time on Saturday. What happens, Hilton Head is just a small island.
Oh my.
And there's one way on and there's one way off. And the check-in for all the condos, even though I own our condo, I can't get in until 4 o'clock because we rent it and
Sure.
until it gets cleaned and detailed and all that stuff. So everybody hits it right at the same time, about 4 o'clock, and it takes about an hour to get through all the traffic and the traffic. I mean, 77 to 26 and 77, I got on, or excuse me, 95 was my son had problems between 26 and 95 with the traffic. I got on 95, was doing fine, but it's like in the wintertime when you go down the day after Christmas, the traffic be flowing really, you'd be going 80 miles an hour 1 minute and to a dead stop the next.
Really?
Yeah, and always comes up to the exits, because when we first got on 95, I was just flying along. Next thing I know, we're at a dead stop. You could look in front of me and you could see about 2 or 3 miles of just, it looked like a parking lot. And once that started going up a little bit, then it just dissipated.
Huh.
Restaurants, really tough to get in, some of them.
That's what I've been hearing. Like Myrtle Beach, anywhere. Myrtle Beach, anywhere. Florida.
It was awful. Well, I mean, it wasn't awful. We found places. We found a couple places. Like in pizza, you call the pizza places down there, they don't answer the phones.
They just, because they're so busy.
They're so swamped on the first night on. Everybody comes
Yep.
in on Saturday, so everybody gets generally pizzas or whatever. So anyway, my daughter and her husband went to Mellow Mushroom and walked in and got 2 pizzas. And they walked in and got them right off the bat. Didn't order them. They just walked in, had to wait a few minutes while they were making them. And then one of the fish places we went to, well, we decided we were playing golf. We said at 7 o'clock, we'll go somewhere and eat. You guys go someplace early, get there and get a place to eat. Well, anyway, to make a long story short, we get done about 7 o'clock. And they said, hey, my wife's been out checking places trying to find somewhere to eat.
Try to get somewhere in somewhere.
Not calling. You just had to drive out and see them.
Yeah.
So they said, hey, why don't you go by? It's Hudson's, the Dock, and Skull Creek. It had probably over 1,000 parking spaces there. We pulled in there. There was one empty place to park. 0. They were parked out in the street. And
you thought,
I told my wife, I told my son-in-law, tell him, I said, we're out for here. There's no way they were going to get in there. But so anyway, she went to Old Oyster Factory, and they were booked up for the night, but they could book us in the next night.
Oh.
So we got in the next night with like 4:45. So
with the blue plate special, like
yeah.
Woo!
And they were pretty busy. I mean, all the restaurants are really packed. I mean, you got to get out early. If you're going to go to a dinner out there now, realistically, you got to be leaving the house at 4 o'clock. Because the peak is between 6 and say 8 to 9 o'clock.
Right.
Then it's kind of after that it kind of slows down. But who wants to eat dinner at 9 o'clock?
Right.
So, but really busy. I mean, it's amazing how many people are out there now. I told my wife, I said, to beat the traffic back, I said, I want to leave early. And I'm talking 5 in the morning. I got up at 4. We had everything packed up in the car, and we pulled out at 5 o'clock. And I was home about
smart.
And to be honest with you, the traffic wasn't bad at all. We got home, and we made a couple of stops, and I think it took us about 9.5 hours. My son-in-law, now he got back 8.5 hours because they stayed till Saturday or Sunday. They stayed till Sunday. He made back in 8.5 hours.
Oh.
So all depends. Coming back's a little easier than going down.
Yeah.
But beaches were packed, people were out, and of course we went to the movie theater. They got this cool movie theater called Plasma. I think it's Plaza Cinema, whatever. Mm-hmm. They got these beautiful seats. You talk about going to a movie theater, man. They got these leather seats.
Really?
That fold out. Oh my God, it's just
like a recliner.
Yeah, big leather recliner.
I'm
telling you, it is.
I want to go there.
I'm telling you, it is the best place to watch a movie.
I'd fall asleep though.
Oh well, you could. I tell you about it. If it's a boring movie, just kick back and you got your legs kicked out and eat your popcorn and drink and it's fantastic, man. You got to pick your seats. Of course, when you go in, all the movie theaters are changing now. You got to pick your seats when you go in.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, you want to go.
You don't just randomly
just go around and walk down, sit down. So you pick the seats that are open, so they count how many people are exactly in the movie theater. So it's pretty cool. It's a great movie place. But anyway, the restaurants are all good. Little golf is all good. Didn't have a problem getting golf, but got a couple rounds in on that and burn up. But we decided to do the afternoon. What's the difference between teeing off in the morning at 9 o'clock at 90 degrees or 2 o'clock, about half the price, and it's same heat.
95 degrees. So what's the matter?
It doesn't make any difference. So we took the outer, so that way we could go have breakfast in the morning and beach and do all that good stuff.
Well, very good.
But it's pretty wild out down south now.
Yeah, I've heard that it's just, there's just people out everywhere. And I just wonder, with all of this madness going on now, spikes in COVID cases, things like that, if it will continue on, or if people will get a little nervous.
I think everybody's different on this. People you've talked to, some people are not worried about it. I'm not worried. I've had my shot, so I'm good.
Yeah,
like you
me
have.
too.
And I'm not worried about it. It's if you haven't taken your shot, hey, that's your fault, not ours.
Right, and we can't. You can't control everybody's lives, so they're responsible for themselves.
Their responsibility is, if they want to take it, fine. If they don't, that's if they get sick. Some people, it affects everybody differently. I had COVID, and it was a little tough, but it was tough for 2 weeks. But I did lose a friend of mine that passed away from COVID.
Yeah.
So, I think the older you get, I think you need to take a shot. The younger, that's up to them. I mean, I think it's not going to kill you. I always get a kick out of people, all these theorists saying, well, the government's watching you.
The microchips and
Come on, man. We're not communist. We're not China, and who cares? The government could care less.
I mean, I kind of think the same way. Like, they got other fish to fry.
Oh, well, they worried
besides
about
microchips.
Somebody a microchip in there.
I mean, if they want to follow me around, so be it. I'm so boring.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah, I'm in bed by 10, 10:30,
right.
11, whatever.
They're like, well, we can turn them off because we know they aren't going anywhere tonight. Start monitoring somebody else.
But I think on the shot-wise, I think you should take it. It's not that big a deal.
Yeah. Yeah, and I would definitely encourage people to at least highly consider it. And
oh, yeah, I definitely do. I think it's...
gives you a little peace of mind, if nothing else.
Well, I don't want to walk around with a damn mask arrest. I hate masks. I don't know about you. The time we worked there for the year or whatever it was, that was rough.
Yeah.
I mean, I went to Vegas at one time and my mask went down a little bit under my nose, and I kept going.
I know.
Put it back up. I think, come on, man.
I know.
I didn't even have the shot then, too. So.
But I'm good.
I'm good. But
shoot.
Oh, well, it's just the world we live in now.
It is. It's going to be interesting to see how this whole thing unfolds again.
Yeah.
And, I think about these poor kids, especially, as school started. And I know, like, in Jackson, our teachers went back, this week. And then the kids start later in the week. But I just think about, we're going on now the third school year of this madness.
I just want the kids to go to school.
Yeah.
They don't get educated at home.
No, they don't. So what do we need to do to get them to keep them in school?
They just need to stay in school. I don't care what the code is. They need to go to school because that's where they're getting educated at. The teachers do a great job of that's what their jobs are, to teach. Parents, God love them to death. I mean, some of them could care less whether their kids pick up the books or not, and some are really stringent, but I think school's great for kids. If you have to rough it out and use the mask. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You just get a better education by going to school, And
they have their peers. They can,
Right. And you got
talk to friends. And
the other thing, you got all the activities, football, basketball, and a lot of soccer. I mean, girls, the guys, they all have good things to look forward to when you go to school.
Right.
That's part of your activity that while you want to go to school so you can participate in that stuff.
That's right.
So.
You're not kidding.
But I think it's great, and as long as they keep the schools open, I think they're good.
Yeah, let's see if we can keep the kids in school, whatever it takes to keep them in there. So,
because it also messes up the families that have to have babysitters for their.
Well, sure.
Mostly.
That's a mess too.
Who's going to watch the kids?
Yeah.
Are you going to stay home? Is it the woman supposed to stay home, or is it the man supposed to stay home? Or you work it out?
Right. Or your family's not set up that way. Mom and dad both work.
Or you don't have anybody.
Yeah.
That makes it tough. So, need school to continue. good education, and plus we got to have the Ironmen and the Oaks and the Wellston Rockets playing football and all that good stuff.
Well, if nothing else, it gives a little bit of normalcy to a world in which isn't and is a little crazy right now.
It does, but the world's always going to be crazy.
It is.
After we get
it's
over
not this, it's something else.
It'll be something else. There's always something crazy going on in the world.
You're not kidding.
As long as nobody farts in the Middle East, we're good. Then they raise the gas prices again.
There you go. Oh, Lord have mercy. So what is going on? Anything Kiwanis related coming up?
Got a couple things coming up. We had a great golf outing. We did really good. We had 11 teams. So that, and I appreciate all the sponsors and people that donated stuff, and thank you.
Of course.
We had a grand prize of a golf bag and your dinner, your coupon, and some other good stuff. So that went great. And Tim Matchett was the lucky one that won the golf bag.
Nice.
And all the good stuff. And it was really a great outing. We had a lot of fun. We're coming into fall now, which we got in the Apple Festival. We're going to have the 5K run. So that's going to be all handled by the Kiwanis Club.
Okay, in person this year, not
in person.
Virtual.
This is live,
virtual,
whatever. I never could see how you could run in front of a TV.
I don't know. I mean, can you just not sit in the chair and move your feet? Yeah. That's what we decided we should do here.
Yeah, just let. We
ran real fast.
Just let it vibrate. But Kurt Wiggins and the crew are doing a fantastic job on that, and that's going to be happening here in September. I can't remember the date right there. It's during Apple Festival.
Okay.
And then we got the spaghetti dinner coming up sometime in late October. So that'll be coming up. So that's always fun. Those are a couple of good fundraisers. And
the spaghetti dinner.
And yeah, that's always good. The Gambinos do a great job of the spaghetti and all that good stuff.
Yes.
And it's reasonable. I think it's like $5 or $6.
Yeah.
Or something like that. And you can't go wrong. And it's a great meal, and it's fun, and that'll kind of close out our year for this year. Or actually, our year in the club begins this winter. New president takes over about the same time.
In the fall.
Yeah, in the fall. So Terry Turner's been our president this year, done a great job. And last year or two, it's been a little tougher.
Sure.
We didn't have any fundraisers the year before, so.
But there's still need out there, so the kids still need stuff, and that's what you're there for.
They still got a lot of good things going on. The scholarships, all the schools get scholarships, and there's reading around the world books and things like that. We do have things for I think we're still doing this, as far as helping leave some clothes for the young kids at school that have accidents or, maybe fall and get their pants all wet or whatever.
Yeah.
So we got some good things like that happen. So great club. We meet once a month, and it's if you want to do something for the community, be part with kids. All the money, basically about 95% stay here. So which is always good. So
it's amazing.
If you're going to support something, it's a great club to be a part of. And it's a lot of fun too.
Yeah.
So you make it what you want. So great year going on, and hopefully we're going to close out strong with the 5K and the spaghetti dinner.
I'm in for the spaghetti dinner.
The 5K, I'm out. I don't do any running. I will be probably being
We eat spaghetti. We don't run.
I don't run. Not this physique. I've worked too hard to get it on to go down to bone and too hard on the joints and legs. Hell, I can't hardly walk now. Let alone run.
Right, I feel you.
The cool thing about the 5K is that when I help watch, you got mothers pushing kids. I really like that. I think that's pretty
awesome,
cool. That's awesome. Had some mothers out there pushing their kids, and I'm thinking, well, that's pretty neat. That's motivation right there.
Yes, it is. That's for sure.
That's good. But anyway, if you need more information on that, please give me a call, and I'll get it for you.
There you go.
So give me a call at the office there, 286-0715.
Yep. All right. So speaking of the office, what is going on in the world of cars right now?
You think the world is mad?
The car world is crazy.
Super. I've been in this business forever and ever and ever, and I've never seen it so nuts as it has been. There's no new cars. If you've been out traveling or been looking for a new car, there's
you take what you can get.
It's all over the chips, the magical chips. And the thing with the chips they go in everything. They go in computers. I mean, it's a wild variety of places where these chips go to.
And so little background, if you haven't listened to our discussions here in the past, there's a computer chip plant in, was it Taiwan?
I think it was Taiwan.
Somewhere in the Middle East there, but they are in Asia somewhere. But they it burned down.
It burned down.
Basically, none of our cars will work without these computer chips. So there's all these shells of cars. So here's one for you. I was talking to, and you probably know this already, I was talking to a new car dealer the other day who was telling me that now, I don't want to say what company, but the companies, the big new car companies,
big three, big four,
are forcing these dealers to go ahead and take the vehicles without the chips and store them because they're running out of room in their factories. Because they have all of these vehicles now without chips. So they put one chip in, they have and so then they make sure it's working, take the chip out, put it in the next one. So now they're making some of the new car dealers take vehicles that actually aren't working properly to store them.
Well, that's probably good in a way, because actually when they start getting the chips, the cars will be there. Or if the other way I look at it, if they get certain chips and they got one sold, they can flip the chip in there. And one of the crazy things, like the Chevrolet, I got a cousin that works at the Fort Wayne plant, and I go, what chips are we missing? Believe it or not, one of the chips that she told me, and there's more than just this one, she said, when you pull up with a new car, you come up to a stop sign, and the car quits.
It turns itself off to conserve gas.
That is one of the chips.
Oh.
And I'm thinking,
well, that would be okay.
Yeah. Well, the average person says, I don't need that chip.
I know. I don't want it to.
I don't want it, because a lot of people don't like that.
It's really annoying.
It really is. So my feeling is, but to get what it is, it's a government gas mileage thing that these trucks have to have, or these vehicles. And that's what helps control the fuel mileage on these vehicles. So.
Yeah, and that's what I was educated on from this dealer the other day, who was saying, well, the vehicles actually will turn on and run. It's just a lot of the bells and whistles won't work.
Yeah, the more equipment you have.
Yeah.
Like say if you got a Ford or Chevy's fully loaded, or a Dodge, it has a lot more bells and toys and whistles. So you can actually physically get in it. It will start, and you can drive it down the road. But a lot of the niceties that won't you want won't work. But I'll be honest with you, they got 2021 stored everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking over like in Chillicothe, the Kenmore plant over there has got a bunch of trucks. They're already pre-sold. Those trucks are all sold.
Yeah, they're just waiting on chips.
Just waiting on chips. And Chevy, Ford, Dodge, Toyota, I guess, is starting to get really laxity on theirs. They're hard to get a hold of some stuff. So I could see them ship them out to dealers. The only good thing I'd see about that, if they get them, they could, at least when they get chips, they could say, if you come in and you want to buy that Ford or that Chevy or that Dodge, as soon as they get the chip, we're in, you're out.
Yep.
So they got to do something with them, because I tell you what's going to. So, the market's going to be flooded with new cars, I think, sometime next year. I don't think it's going to be this year. Well,
so how does that affect you how has all of this madness of there not being any new cars affected you as a used car dealer?
Used cars started off, it's always kind of a joke. Everybody says, man, the cars are high. I have not ever been to the used car auction. Everybody says, man, I can't believe how low these prices are.
I'm getting the deal of the century today.
I can't believe it. I mean, it's kind of crazy. But the book prices right now are really high on a lot of the used cars, because there's such a laxity in new cars, and people are buying as many used cars as they can get, mostly if they're low mileage and clean. So, but there's still cars out there. I bought 10 last week. I was on vacation couple of weeks. There's a little nice Honda Civic
James
right
pulled
there.
up some vehicles that you have. We think you have on the lot still.
But anyway, I bought 10 last week, and there's still vehicles out there. You just got to work for them. There's a Liberty. We're getting ready to deliver that this morning. That's an 07. That was low miles. That was like 75,000 miles.
Oh, wow.
And going to deliver that this morning. That's a really nice little vehicle. And nice 13 Jeep. We're having Jeep. Actually, we had the Jeep sale last week. Automatic air, 4 wheels of driving. Can't remember the price right off the bat.
That's a pretty one.
Yeah, Malibu. Those cars right there are great cars. A lot roomy, air conditioning, air, power steering, power brakes. That one's a little over 100,000 miles. But that doesn't hurt them.
Well, it looks brand new.
Yeah, it's really good.
You know, and those are great, especially like if you have a family but don't want to drive the minivan or the SUV, you can still get like the family in that vehicle.
Oh, it's a very comfortable car.
Yeah,
roomy
they are.
in the back room. They got a nice big trunk in them.
Yes.
That's a 4-cylinder, so it'd be really easy on gas. It's got one of those annoying chips where you pull up to stop sign.
It stops. Listen, it's just the wave of the future.
That's just the way it is. But that's a great car. F-150, 79,000 miles. I think it's a 3.7 liter crew cab, 4 wheels of driving, chrome wheels, really nice truck. It's white with the gray interior. And I can't remember the prices, unfortunately. I look at so many cars. I can't remember them all.
I know.
But that's a good truck.
That's a pretty one.
We've been selling a lot of Ford trucks. That one, I think, right now, good thing about every car now that we have, everything has a Carfax on it. So we can tell you how many owners, whether it's been a moderate accident or minor accident or whatever.
Yeah, so it'll tell you, it's like spying on the vehicle. It'll tell you everything about it.
It gives you the history of it. So we've taken that on this year, and it's really been very helpful in buying cars, because I'll see a car. I don't mind if it's a minor, somebody's bumped into a door. That's not right. I'm looking at cars the airbags went off of, been a major accident.
Has it been in a flood?
Yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Minor accidents, that's just things of, everybody, somebody, like there was a car I bought, a little Dodge Dart, had a crease in the door, said minor accident, pointed it out. I thought, well, I could see the damage. It's not that big a deal.
Right.
Still a great car. It's a used car. It's not a brand new car. So... But
hey, just think of it as you don't have to worry about putting the first dent in it. It's already there.
My saying is, I'm throwing that in it at no extra charge.
Exactly.
That's the saying I say too. That's the truth. Somebody say, "Well, it's got scratches all over." I said, "Yep, comes in at no extra charge." Don't worry.
We will not charge you for this.
Yeah, we're not charging. I kind of laugh.
Or the clear glass.
I kind of laugh at the auction. Sometimes people are looking at it and they got these big old dents in there, and I said, I kind of sided with the guy who's looking. I said, better add an extra 100 of that, because that's going to be more $100 extra on this one. I've seen cars that actually had more damage on them. But I thought it'd bring more money, and some cars are clean.
It's like scars, their character.
Yeah.
It has a story to tell.
That's exactly right. But,
we're trying to really put a spin on this, aren't we?
But used cars are used cars, and some of them are really hard to find. There are, I've had people ask me looking for a couple. Guy wanted me to find a Passat diesel. You think I could find one of those things? Those are like a needle in a haystack.
Well, I remember I asked you about those. I asked you about that Telluride, and you were like, "Yeah, good luck with that. You can't find those anywhere."
Those are really popular.
You can't even find those new right now. Like,
yeah. There's
even before all of the chip madness.
Certain vehicles are really are hard to find.
Yeah.
I don't know certain models or whatever, but the average, like Malibus, and I was looking for a Malibu over the weekend, but everything I saw just didn't meet my specifications, so I didn't buy them. But there are sometimes you'll see all kinds of that stuff, and sometimes you won't find any of them.
So tell me, because I've heard like rumblings of this, but I don't understand what happened. People can't find rental cars right now. So rental car, tell me what happened. The rental car places sold all their cars? Is that what happened? Now they don't have any cars to rent?
That's exactly what happened.
Why?
What happened when COVID hit, like Enterprise, Hertz, and all these companies had all these rental cars. So they decided to sell them, to get rid of them, because they're not renting them. They're just...
Because no one was renting them because they weren't traveling or anything.
Right. They weren't traveling. They weren't going anywhere. They were just sitting, not making them any money. So anyway, they sold off a bunch of them. Well, they thought who would ever think the chip thing would hit?
No.
The chip thing hit.
Okay.
So they haven't been able to replace their fleets. So
that's why you can't find a rental car anywhere.
That's why you can't find rental cars. And I tell you, if you're traveling out of town, make sure you call to book a rental car, because, like somebody told me, I was talking to somebody the other day, they were flying from Columbus to Florida, and they needed a van. The van one time was like $600, and it went up over $1,200 to $1,500.
Gotcha.
So you better
supply and demand, man.
It's what it is. And I got lucky when we went to Vegas last time. We didn't book a rental car. The last place was his Enterprise. I went in. I said, you wouldn't have it. We had to have a van because there was 3 couples. And I happened to see 3 vans. She looked at her man. She said, yeah, we can hook you up. But it was the $1,200 or $1,500. I got more than the reasonable amount of money.
Wow, you are lucky for that.
I was lucky back in. But no, that's what the big click is with rental cars.
Now I understand.
There's not a fleet. Their fleet is getting a lot of miles. And usually like Enterprise will call me and say, hey, I got cars for her to buy. What do you want to buy? He has nothing right at the moment. So until they start getting their new cars, I mean, it's...
Okay.
We're probably... I don't think this chip thing is going to just disappear overnight. I think we're into long haul into next year sometime.
So you have, but you still have plenty of vehicles on the lot. You're not having trouble finding.
No, there's still plenty of used cars out there to buy. I mean, what it is, there are certain dealers like new cars. There's certain new car dealers. They don't handle certain older cars.
Yes.
I mean, they might. I mean, they like new car dealers like to sell 18, 19s, 20s.
Yeah, if it's not a year or two old, then they're getting rid of it.
They get rid of them. They're not because there was anything wrong with it. It's just they don't handle that type of vehicle, so they dispose of them. They just take them to sell. There's not buy a lot of clean, low mileage cars off of like Coghlan and Reichard and a lot of big new car dealers that take a lot of their cars to sell because that's just that's not their cup of tea.
So are people, there's really no vehicles to lease now either, like no new vehicles to lease.
The word I heard, a lot of the leasing company, or like Ford and all of them, were trying to get people to keep their lease, to keep their car.
Gotcha.
Until
not turn it in.
Not turn it in, keep it, and worked out a deal with them. I'm hearing. I don't know if that's actual, but the word is I heard they were trying to keep their lease cars leased temporary until they start getting their new cars in.
Well, then there will be, that could be a good deal for someone like you or someone like me that doesn't mind having a vehicle that's a few years old. If people are keeping them instead of 2 years or 1 year, they're keeping them for 3 or 4, then you could go to the off-lease sale and get some really nice vehicles.
There's still a lot of nice, there's still some lease vehicles coming through.
Yeah.
Not as many as they used to be, but they're still out there. They're still coming in. Some people say, hey, I'm just going to turn it in and move on. So GM still has them coming in and Chrysler and I haven't bought a lot of lease vehicles here lately, but they're there. They're out there. But, it's just amazing. You go to the new car dealers, they have no cars. Some are either in the business. I've been by a couple new car dealers that got 15 to 20 cars on the lot. Thinking, what's going on?
Like they're hundreds off. Yeah. Like they should have 400 vehicles on the lot and they have 25. It's like crazy.
I've been by a couple new car dealers that had 5 or 6 new cars. That's all they got.
It's wild.
And they keep over 100 to 200 in stock.
And it's not because it's their choice. It's because they just can't get the vehicles.
So, I hopefully I don't know what the deal is on the chips. I haven't really heard the word on chip. I told my cousin that works in the Chevy plant, I said, now she's laid off. She finally got laid off.
Okay.
Because I guess they're just kind of backed up right now until they get these chips.
Well, it's like the hurry up and wait thing.
Well, they got to get think about it, they're going to have a bunch of 21s at the lot. So I look at it this way: it's going to be a flood of new cars eventually hitting the lot. And there's going to be a lot of probably rebates and
probably some really good deals if you want to buy a new car.
Because you imagine the 22s that I don't think they're really building any 22s right at the moment. But you might be selling 22s and 23.
Yeah, right. Like it's seriously. Like we've got to catch up at some point.
Yeah, sooner or later. Well, like for instance, down in Kentucky, down at the Speedway down there, somebody told me they got 50,000 brand new Fords down there. 50,000, not 5,000. First, I thought it was 5, but it's 50,000 trucks. But they said, somebody else told me, and this is just, here's things I hear from dealers. There's 450,000 Fords out there without chips.
Yep.
So you think that, and that's all over the United States. And
just sitting there waiting.
Sitting there waiting to get out. So it's a real mess.
Wow.
And a lot of it they keep building. I'll tell you the reason why they keep building, because they don't want to be the ripple down effect to small companies that build stuff for Ford and Chevy and all of them.
Sure.
If you think you quit building those vehicles, these companies, they're shut off. What are they going to do? They're going to lay off their people, or
and so on and so forth.
So it's a big ripple down effect. It's a real mess, but they'll make it through it somehow.
It will, and
Just got to be strong, and you know, if you want to buy a car, you can still buy a lot of good, clean used cars. We got a bunch out there. We got anything from 18 or 19 and down, and we got anything from $20,000. We got, you know, trucks are always going to be a little high. We got, I think, about 10 or 15 trucks. We got about 15 trucks.
that's awesome.
So we got plenty. We got some real nice 4-wheel drives. We got Jeeps, Grand Cherokees. We got a little bit of everything in the Jeeps. We got Chevrolets, Fords. Got some really nice little Honda Civics, some kid cars. Got a couple of really nice Civics.
Sure.
And got a lot of cars under 10,000. We actually, yesterday we sold 3, and I think one of them was like $7,500. We sold a Buick around 6,000. So you're looking for some under 10 grand. We got some good $10,000 and under cars.
You know, and it's funny how we're old, because I can remember you and I sitting here, you know, way back when, and it used to be 5,000 and under, and you know, now that's not a thing anymore.
It's not a thing anymore.
I mean, I guess it is, but not really a thing.
Not really.
So now it's 10 and under, but that's still really good.
That's still a good car. I mean,
Yeah.
you know,
You have a
today's cars
lot
are-
of good ones.
Today, the cars are built so much better. They get better gas. If you keep good care of your car, I mean, they get better gas mileage. They last longer. The only thing you're fighting right now is rust. That's the big thing right now in trucks is rust. You know, they put all this grime or whatever it is on the trucks, and it's really hard on them. And they get trapped up in places, and it starts rusting places. So
That makes sense.
So, but you know, cars, as long as you service them, change the oil, and rotate your tires, I mean, they'll last you a long, long time. I'm seeing cars with 300,000 and 400,000 miles on them.
Yeah, and I mean, it used to be if a car made it to 100,000, it was like, oh,
you were lucky.
yeah.
I mean, seriously, that was lucky back in the day.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And now it crosses 100,000, and you don't think anything
Don't think
about it, and
nothing.
you just keep on driving.
I kind of laugh. I'm paying $10,000 for cars with over 100.
Yeah,
and used to then I would never buy a car under.
that was
over
not a
100,000.
thing.
That was not a thing now, but we're buying trucks and everything are 100, 125, 130,000 miles. Run great. Body looks good. They look good. They run good.
Yep.
And, but, you know, trucks are expensive. You know, I just bought a 2015 Chevrolet double cab, red, graphite interior leather, or not leather, cloth, silk cruise windows, locks. Brand new tires, got from a new car dealer. He was on that 60, 90, they call it 60 to 90 days. Once a dealer has a vehicle 60 to 90 days, then they take them to sale.
Sure. And here's the thing, and we've talked about this. It could sit on your lot, and you're like, this vehicle is so awesome. I have no idea why it won't sell. It just isn't in the right place at the right time. And there's nothing wrong with it.
I've taken cars to the auction. I took a Cadillac. I had it for a year. I couldn't get anybody to open the door. I thought, what's that? It's a nice car.
Yeah.
I took it to the sale. I sold it to a guy, a friend of mine, ended up buying it to the auction. He had it 3 days. 3 days. He put it on a lot, cleaned it up a little bit, stuck it on a lot, sold right that. I saw him. I said, how's that Cadillac do? He said, it's gone. I said, really?
And you had it for a year, and vice versa. You know, you'll pick up a vehicle that someone's like, I have had this thing for 6 months and I can't sell it, and then it's gone in a day.
It's a different place. Some places, you know, some cars sell better here, and if you know, like Cadillacs are not a big seller in my lot, but you take it to a lot like this gentleman has,
Sure,
to a bigger city, they sell faster. So, you know, it's like trucks. I got friends that can't sell trucks because they're not in a trucking community.
yeah, we sell trucks here.
We sell trucks here. So we sell trucks. We sell a lot of kids' cars. We sell a lot of adult cars. I mean, we sell a little bit of everything. But every city's different to where you're at. You know what I mean? Some people
Absolutely.
Some people are looking for cars like hybrids. We don't sell a lot of hybrids, but there are people who buy a lot of hybrids. You know, that's the thing, the future, which is going to be coming here more. You're going to see more of them.
Hybrids make a lot more sense to me than the just electric cars, but that's a whole other story.
I think I can agree with you. I have nothing against hybrids. I think myself personally, though, if I'm an electric car and I can only drive 200 miles or 100 miles, I mean, you can't get you can rob a bank and get away.
Right.
I don't get the Tesla thing.
Hold on, I gotta plug it in.
Yeah. Well, hold a minute here. Find a place to plug in. But now the world and the car business is always changing, always will. It's all good for the bad, you know. New technology and You know, the hybrid thing is going to be coming more as we see it, but I don't think it's ready to take over quite yet.
Right.
As long as gas is reasonable, you know, even $3 is still not bad.
Yep.
It's when it gets to the 4 and the 5, that's when it's going to be bad.
Well, it's not going to switch over until the cost of it counteracts
Yeah.
the cost of gasoline and
Yeah,
whatever. Then it'll
exactly.
start going
Exactly.
the other direction for sure.
Exactly.
So what's your favorite vehicle on the lot before I let you go today that you
Ooh.
have right now?
I kind of like that Chevy I just bought, that 2015 Chevy. I bought it at the auction last Friday. We got somebody kind of looking for one, and I got lucky Friday too. This don't happen very often. I won a 4-wheeler.
You won it?
Yeah, that's the reason I won a 4-wheeler. They had a 25th anniversary at the auction at Charleston Auto Auction, selling 25 years, and they gave away $25,000 worth of thing. And every time you bought a vehicle, they give you it's called a Joe Buck dollar. So anyway, I was the second one pulled out of the raffle, one little 4-wheeler. So
You did.
yeah, so
Is it for sale or are you going to keep it?
my son already bought it.
I had a feeling it wasn't going very
it
far.
didn't make it very far. But anyway,
That's exciting.
the cool thing about that truck is I drove a car that day, so I couldn't drive it home in a pickup truck. So I drove that truck home, and that truck is really, really nice.
There you go.
It's a 2015 with 42,000 miles, 4-wheel drive. I mean, that thing is just turn the key and go. You don't have to do anything to it. And I'm thinking, don't hold me. I think it's like 35.
Okay.
34,995, probably a ballpark area. I think is what we're probably going to ask for it.
Awesome.
But that beats. You take a brand new one. That's probably like 65.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I don't know. It's like buying a house.
Yeah.
Even buying a house at 30,000 is still a lot of money, but it's pretty sharp. So
cool.
But come out and see that today. Make a
That's
deal
right.
on that, and of course I got another cool car, Volkswagen convertible.
It is cute.
That is the awesome little hard top It's got sunroof, hard top, leather seats.
And it's a convertible. So it has a sunroof, but it's also a convertible.
Yeah. And it's $11,995, low miles, easy on gas, and just sharp.
So cute.
So if you need a toy in the summertime and a hard top in the wintertime, that's the way to go.
There you go.
And you can look at the moon at night with the sunroof.
That's right. Well, very good. Well, thank you for spending the day with us.
We've had a great time today.
We
we always
have
have a
fun.
good time.
I know.
Good time.
Sometimes we probably shouldn't have as much fun as we do. We get ourselves into trouble, don't we?
It happens.
Well, thank you so much. If you are looking for a vehicle, please head on
Stop
out to
out.
Carman's and
We're open 9 to 6.
Yep.
And we're on the internet, carmanchoosecars.com. And we've got about everything on there except for the 10 or 11 I just bought.
and if you haven't checked out their website, it is fantastic.
It's awesome.
Yeah,
It really is. It's
very
really
good.
And you can even apply if you see a car that you like. We've done this. You can fill out a credit application. We can send it in, have it ready to go. We've had people come from Kentucky and all kinds of places come in, and we like I say, do good credit, bad credit, no credit. So just got to come in.
You're good to go.
You get to go. So
all right.
Stop
Well,
in and
thanks,
see us.
buddy. I
Thank you.
appreciate you coming in. And come back, see us anytime you have something good going on.
I always got something good going on every day. Thanks.
All right. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for watching. We appreciate it so much. And we'll see you right back here on Wednesday. So until then, enjoy your day. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.